Okay, so today I was at Dino's Easter dinner party, and I was talking to somebody that works at Starburns, our studio, our modest studio, and I was running my hands blithely through my locks because I was kind of high, and then I was like feeling, and then every once in a while I felt something, like I was like, wait, what, is there a bug in my hair? I don't know, but didn't feel enough like that. It was probably a leaf. I mean, if it was a spider and I touched it, it'd be gone by now, or it bit me or whatever. And I keep running my hands through my hair, and I'm just listening to the conversation. And then, and this story does not go where you think it's going to go.
I've never been more excited for a story.
No, it's going to disappoint you that you're going to realize I'm a bad
I was
person.
turned on by blithely through my locks.
So I finally touched something that it triggered my fingers to think that I was I did feel, I guess my body felt like there's something in my hair that's alive or that shouldn't be there. And my reaction, my honest to God reaction, as I was talking to this woman, I was just talking to her in the driveway, and then I was like, yeah, and then she was like, ah! I threw it. It turned out to be nothing, but I would have, if there had been something in my hand, I would have thrown it onto her.
Oh. So, but from her perspective, you were just like, hey, ah!
Yeah, she didn't.
Surprise!
I was telling Dino later. It was like, yeah, I was talking to. And I guess she was I guess she didn't know. She'll never know that I'm a horrible coward that would throw a bug on her if it was on my head.
But wait, what was it?
It was nothing. I don't know. It was I was high, and so I was just ah!
Dan, there was that tree in the backyard that kept
Oh, there's probably things falling off of it.
Yeah, there's these little kind of small burry flowers that would come out.
So it's one of those. That makes sense.
What if it was a bunch of little dicks?
That's a valid question.
Well, we got
My favorite is his smug face after it. Look at that. He's so happy. What if it was a
Can we get camera 7 on Rob's smug face right now?
That costs $5 a month. That smug face. Otherwise, you just have to hear the free audio of what if it was dicks.
Bunch of dicks in your hair.
Yeah. Okay.
What if that was? You ever think about that?
Yeah. Ran a mic out for him, but then Dino said no.
Five people had to scramble to find out a way to get Rob a mic.
I had to make it worth it.
For that.
But then Dino said, "Oh no, she's very low key. She's cool." And I said, "Nobody's cool with someone throwing a bug on them," because she didn't react at all. She just thought I went,
well, then she is cool.
And he's like, "No. She's."
But what if you threw a bunch of little dicks at her?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring out Brandon Johnson.
Yeah.
Well dressed.
This bug story is riveting.
Yeah. I just, it's, yeah. But then what came up in that story was, well, whatever. Now
No, get to it.
No.
Well, I can't because I named her by name now, and then
We'll take the name out.
I actually didn't hear the name. So.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, maybe we can bleep out the name.
Her name was Stephanie.
So they did, because then what I thought was fascinating is Dino said, "Yeah, have you ever really talked to her? Like she is Christian to some degree. Like I don't want to invade this person's privacy or speak for their ideology.
How dare you?"
But
I think she's like a 12th degree Christian.
He said she's like
a brown belt.
He said she's very low key, and it's because of her beliefs. Because I was talking to her at one point, I was like, "Oh, that was very nice of you," and she's like, "Oh, please, if I didn't think God was watching, I'd just put my foot on someone's face and just grind it into the cement."
She said that?
She said that? But God is hearing you say that.
Right, but God's it's an extrinsic God. He's like, "Thank you for thinking that and then showing some restraint. I got to take a poop. I'll do it in the toilet. I want to grind that person's face into the pavement. I'm going to not do that."
God,
Thanksgiving.
God is going to go take a poop in the toilet? Right. He's like, "Oh, that's interesting. I have to take a shit anyway."
That's what volcanoes are.
It made me wonder...
Is God taking a poop?
Yeah.
Is he upside down?
Yes.
That's too...
He's inside the
God
earth.
is in the center of the earth.
And his shit is like white hot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
because he eats
So
sins.
sexy.
Yeah, he eats all the sins. That's what Pompeii was. They got caught in some shit.
More like poop. Anyway.
My bad.
Little dicks.
Hey,
little
There's a
dicks.
bunch of little
Sorry,
Little dicks.
Camille's got to go. Let's hear for Camille Nangiani, everybody.
He's very hurt. My husband is very hurt right now.
That shit doesn't scan.
We drove by a hot church today. You know the hot church?
The
Hot church?
The hot Christian church?
There's a
Oh,
hot-
is that when the girl puts her foot on the back of your head and then your dick goes in your own butt and
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Are you talking about Mosaic?
Yeah,
Do you guys
Mosaic.
know Mosaic? It's a very LA church that's like hot, sexy, like
Hipsters and
hipsters.
Wait, is that the one on like when I make a right coming on Highland or
Yeah, Hollywood and Highland.
Hollywood and La Brea.
There's a
for
bunch
all
of like
you Macs.
a bunch of models hanging out.
Yeah.
and they're not inside worshiping God. They're all outside getting phone numbers and
Can
shit.
I say something? There was a step and repeat outside of Mosaic when we were driving here because it's Easter. Step and repeat is where you go to like stand in front of like a red carpet. They had like a red carpet in front of their church
God.
today. For God.
It's a holiday.
Yeah, and there were girls in stripper heels, and I was like, let them worship too, you know?
Lest ye not be judged, unless you judge. Lest ye.
That's right. Just like my dad used to say.
well, I guess that's what I was.
Your next dancer's coming out. Render unto Caesar what is to Caesar's, but get your dollars out for Magdalene.
there were really hot people there.
Super hot. We were
There's
like,
always hot people.
No,
there.
I make a right driving here all the time, and sometimes I just want to pull over and start going to that church. 'Cause
Yes!
everybody's good looking.
yes.
Yeah.
That's maybe the way in to Christianity
And
that
also,
we've been
those,
missing.
those people probably would grind your face into the pavement if they didn't think that there might be a God that would prevent them from getting phone numbers.
As long as they're grinding.
It made me think too. You know, maybe we don't. You know, we kind of tend to look at like religion and as problematic and go like, well, you know, people that take it too seriously, they think all kinds of things and they use it to justify like violence against people and oppression and all this stuff. But how much of it is the glue that holds our nation's many stupid together, and just keeps them in their living rooms, and maybe keeps them away from the polls.
Wait, the stripper or voting?
Yeah, which polls?
Oh, stripper or voting?
Say both. Pull a
voting.
Jesse Jackson and say
Voting.
both.
You know, I mean, look, I've come around to the conclusion, and I know I'm late on this one, but everyone's dumb. Like most people are dumber than you, and then then you add into that, what's it called, the Dunning Kruger, Dunning Kruger,
Yeah. Donner Party.
Yeah.
I've been having that spit at me on Twitter.
What is this?
I don't know what that is.
It's when you're an idiot, you think that everyone else is an idiot because you can't conceive of even average intelligence.
The dumber you are,
Good
the
point.
smarter you think you are.
Yeah.
It's the Lake Wobegon effect, they used to call it, but they actually kind of like where everyone's above average. That thing, that they administered a test to everybody, whatever, a group of people, and then they said, last question, how you think you did?
Yeah.
and then they create, you know, they've mathematically proven that the more wrong you are. Let's not say dumber, because the interesting thing about the Radio Lab, or not Radio Lab, American Life piece that I was talking about, that went on to say, it was like, you could be, this is just for anything that you're dumb about. Like if Stephen Hawking went from astrophysics into how to administer a catheter, like he, within 2 weeks, like he'd
That's
be like...
not the guy I would pick.
Is he using his mouth?
Even if I don't know much about Stephen Hawking.
Schraub's doing a good.
Can I get a little help?
Stephen Hawking...
Little help over here.
Look at Rob.
Schraub's
Look at
doing a
Rob.
very good impression of what that would look
I'll
like.
try to use less distracting examples.
By the way, that was him 20 years ago.
But you would, he would, for
He was
all,
so sprite.
for as smart as he is about black holes, and as much as he would probably say, because he's super smart about black holes, he probably assumes you and I know more about black holes than we're capable of. That's the other end of the effect. Is that? But he would also, within 2 weeks of learning how to administer a catheter, to like as a nurse, he would go, you know what, I got this. I could teach this at a university. because he
I
wouldn't
see.
know that much about it. But he'd think, well, what? It's like that's that effect.
makes sense.
Is the dumber you are at anything, the less you know, the more certain you are that you
It
actually
makes
know
so
something.
much
But
sense,
it really
son.
does make sense, and it's actually not that. It's not because you're angry or hateful or bigoted. It's actually just the nature of stupidity
how
and
brains
intelligence
work.
makes perfect
Yeah.
fucking sense.
Absolutely.
So now that we know that, can we just kill all the dumb people before they kill all of us?
That's been
by-
our show, guys. Good night. Thanks for coming to Harmontown.
because that really
Drive fast,
mathematically
take
proves
chances.
they're gonna kill us.
Well,
Because-
that's really scary because that means that there are no solutions.
Right, I mean-
it really means that there's no way out.
Oh, and it's, it's a horrible ringing endorsement.
Because they're
for-
just going to get more confident the less they know.
And then it doesn't. It's not a huge billboard for democracy. Like
No.
No, it really is not. That's
Or like,
definitely
hey,
true.
Oh my God. Well-
thinking about medical care? Let the
Yeah.
masses decide. Well, most
Yeah.
of us are so dumb we think cancer is a privilege. I don't, like they don't. They're like, why should I pay
Yeah.
for other people's cancer? I'll never get it. No, but you're so dumb. You're so dumb. You're gonna get cancer. No, I'm not. I've thought about this for 30 minutes. No, but that's less time than a doctor.
Well, that's the thing
No, it's
that
not.
bugs me about climate change and stuff, where they're like all these so-called experts. Yes, they are experts. This is what they study.
You want to be able to play Minecraft. That means other people have to spend a bunch more time than you thinking about the fucking earth and shit.
That's right.
I don't know nothing about no taxes
Somebody's
or Medicare or
doing-
nothing.
yeah.
So just take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
When your fridge breaks down, what do? You take it to a person who knows how to fix fridges.
That's right. I'm glad we could agree as wealthy Americans. Everyone needs to wise up and stop being dumb and just make a bunch of money and sit and play video
It's
games.
all you have to do, you guys. It's all you have to do. I think people have a right to be stupid, though, if they want to be
They
stupid.
do.
Yeah, but then don't be confident about it.
They
don't
should
have
be
a
more
right to be
ashamed.
that.
They should be more ashamed. There was a culture in this country
There is a culture in this country.
where you were dumb and then you'd hear yourself say something and then you'd assume, you'd go like, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, whoa. And then you'd go back in your basement.
Amen. Go back in your basement.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying, people do have a right to be stupid, and there's nothing we can really do about it.
They have more than a right. They control the fucking planet.
Yeah, they are controlling the planet.
You're talking like we live in some Logan's Run world where we control carousel. It's like,
I do
we're
think
in the crosshairs.
Stop staring at me, Kumail.
I can't believe the things you've said.
I think it used to be that stupid people were, and people who thought themselves not as smart used to be ashamed of that fact. And I do think there is this idea now that, like, no, that's somehow a right, like a right that no
like
one can take away
Being
from you.
ignorant
Right.
has become like a positive trait
It's interesting.
in America.
We're in the second act
Thank
of a
you. Please
Disney
write that
movie,
down.
like Blank Check or a Gumdrop Tree or
love
What If You Had a
Gumdrop Tree.
Car? You know, like it's like a Disney movie that
What if you
fulfills like
had
a
a
kid's
car?
fantasy, where the second act is like you mean Rick Dukeman left a blank check and I can now have a party at my house that does the montage of like
Breaking shit.
nope, grown-ups allowed.
There's a giraffe loose in the backyard.
They're sick of. They're sick and tired. People are sick and tired of all these smarty pantses telling them they're stupid, and now we're just living in the second act of their novel.
Well, what's going to happen in Act 3? It's their novel. Oh
Right.
my God.
So
they're
hopefully-
going to learn their lesson.
They should learn their lesson. Hopefully, they'll find out that being Teen Wolf is not worth your teammates not getting to play basketball.
What happens in the third act of What If I Had a Car?
They
That's a good
run
question.
people over. I mean, there's always it's like
That's third act?
whatever.